All right. Thank you, Spencer. Yes, I'm down here in Studio B on a Monday morning. Live Studio B sessions are brought to you by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. And I'm joined by a band from California called I See Hawks in LA. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Welcome back, all five of you, to Studio B. Let's start things off with a song, and then we'll reconnect.
Sip on the jug of misery. Don't gulp it down like a fool. Just take a little sip, delicate little nip. Just sip your misery, your misery. Follow ghost behind me. Wait for me by the road. No shadows tonight. Spirits in the light. I can't fight your victory, your victory. She couldn't say, but she could tell. The demons from the heat, the dust from the street, tangled in the sheet. Stars beneath your majesty, your majesty. Sip on the jug of misery. Don't gulp it down like a fool. Just take a little sip, delicate little nip. Just sip your misery, your misery, your misery, your misery, your misery, your misery, your misery. your misery, your misery, your misery.
That's the band I See Hawks in L.A. back in Studio B, back on WNCW Live, and a tune they did during one of two sets at the Albino Spring Skunk Festival outside of Greer.
Yes, it was a great time, and it was great to see you. Great to see WNCW down there, and what a fun, beautiful weekend we had.
Yeah, well, you guys fit in really well there with the ambiance and the mood of that place.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, nice to chat with you guys there. I heard you chatted with our WNCW booth, too. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Way across the way there, across the back end.
Up the hill.
Up the hill. You slept up there after doing, two sets that included that tune. And you were good then, but in some ways you sound even better today. And maybe it's because you got an extra member of the band. Did you pick someone up outside of Greer or
what?
We
did. We've got Alex Meixner join us today on the accordion. We're very glad to have Alex with us and very lucky.
All right. Way to go. Where did you find this guy?
Through the magic of polka.
Oh, of course.
It's a long and convoluted relationship, but we met through Alex has a brilliant polka band, and he's a twice nominated Grammy guy for polka category, and we've been working on and off for years. So
Paul
seemed like a natural fit.
Paul Lax, Hawks guitar player. Paul Lax has a notorious polka band from the '80s called Rotondi. If you want to venture down that path, it's quite an interesting rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. If you want to venture down the path,
you should venture.
And you should. Oh, well, of course, coming from the accordion player, yes. No,
There's a bias.
I went down that path this morning. I was catching up again on you all, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, Paul. Great guitarist. What a great tone he has. He just knows his way around the guitar. And he used to be in a polka band. What?
And he was the drummer.
He was a drummer in the polka band?
I was the drummer, yes.
Whoa. All right. This was like in the mid-'80s, a mid-'80s polka band.
It was the 80s. What can I say?
That just conjures up all sorts of... Was the accordion part played on a synthesizer?
Oh, no, we had a real accordion. Richie Lawrence, who might be listening right now.
Okay, cool.
Paul was also the playwright, which was the concept of the polka band. The polka band was a play first, am I right?
Well, our first gig was a kind of well-known actor's wedding, which we were terrified because we've been playing our instruments about 3 weeks. And then, we turned it into a play about a polka leader who becomes possessed by the spirit of... He becomes a messiah in his own mind. It's
egomaniacal.
Egomaniacal, yeah. It gets very metaphysical.
Okay, well, I was wondering how we could have gone from a mid-'80s polka band to the California country sound of I See Hawks in L.A. with Carlos Castaneda metaphysical connections and all, and now you've done it.
Makes sense now.
Oh, yeah, it's all there.
That's what we call a brilliant segue here in radio. So I know you guys, the Hawks, got together. Your first album, 2001.
That's right.
You were mentioning the other day the album, your debut album. Oh, yeah, a band gets so excited to release an album. It's release day, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, September 11th, 2001.
That's correct.
Oh,
that is correct.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah. You were talking about just sort of marks in time. Of course, that's a huge mark in time for everybody in the country. And so we had a couple little things happen that day.
Yeah. Well, you guys had gotten together as a band, a year or so earlier, 99?
Something like that. Yeah, around 99. So it's we're getting up there.
Yeah. Well, the origins of the band, was it certain recordings or musicians that you loved that were like, let's go down this road?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Paul and I and Anthony, Paul's brother and a Hawks contributor and original drummer, we were just on a hike in the Mojave Desert, and someone said I See Hawks in L.A., and someone said we should have a country band called I See Hawks in L.A., a California country band, Merle Haggard and Bakersfield, and we weren't far from there at that moment, and that was the original, and the Byrds and the Eagles, the other avian country, Southern California country rock band. We like to think we're part of that tradition, or
Right on.
hope we are.
Yeah. That's Rob Waller talking, who sang on that last one too, singer in the band. And all right, so it was a hike through the Mojave Desert. That just conjures
where
up
it
all sorts
started.
of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually talked about it for a while before we started actually writing songs together. It was very much a concept, but it was very unknown. I didn't know Rob very well at all, and but the songwriting I felt clicked immediately.
And then we blinked our eyes and 24 years
Yeah.
passed.
Yeah, you're naming a lot of the things that I love about you guys: the songwriting, the sound, like with your guitar, Paul, and everything, and then just that whole little magical things that happen, like you blink your eyes and 24 years have gone
Yeah.
in the span of 3 or 4 minutes,
That's
maybe,
about right.
which is about the average length of a song of this band here. I
That's
see
right.
Hawks in L.A. who are in our area for they've about to wrap up a string of shows. You've got
Yes, and-
Charlotte, Black Mountain, and
We had a great time in Black Mountain at Roadmaster. Want to shout out David at Roadmaster. And tomorrow night we're going to be with Alex at the Grey Eagle in Asheville. So come on down to the Grey Eagle tomorrow night.
all right, 8 o'clock show tomorrow night.